The administration of U.S. President Donald Trump is moving to fundamentally change how America allocates H-1B work visas, replacing the long-standing lottery system with a weighted selection model that favors higher-paid, highly skilled foreign workers. The shift is expected to significantly narrow opportunities for entry-level professionals, particularly affecting applicants from countries such as India, which supplies one of the largest pools of H-1B workers to the United States. Under the new framework, the random lottery that has historically determined who receives an H-1B visa will be scrapped in favor of a system that gives preference to applicants offered higher wages. What does the new rule say? The Trump administration's revised H-1B visa framework marks a fundamental shift away from the long-standing lottery system toward a merit-based allocation model. Under the new rule, visas will no longer be distributed randomly, but instead prioritized based on an applicant's skill level and offered salary, giving an edge to higher-paid, highly specialized foreign professionals. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, confirmed that the rule will come into force on February 27, 2026, and will apply to the fiscal year 2027 H-1B cap season. Each year, roughly 85,000 visas are issued under the program, including 65,000 regular slots and an additional 20,000 reserved for applicants holding U.S. master's degrees or higher. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, UCIS, defended the move by arguing that the lottery system has been misused. UCIS spokesperson Matthew Tragesser said the existing process had been exploited and abused by U.S. employers who allegedly relied on the program to hire foreign workers at wages lower than those paid to American employees. The new system, he said, is designed to ensure visas are awarded to individuals with higher skill levels and stronger earning potential. A DHS press release described the overhaul as part of a broader effort to tighten employment-based immigration. It aligns with other Trump-era policies, including a controversial presidential proclamation requiring employers to pay an additional $100,000 per H-1B visa to qualify for participation. That proclamation is currently facing legal challenges. The administration has also promoted a separate $1 million Gold Card visa initiative.
What this proclamation will do is raise the fee that companies pay to sponsor H-1B applicants to $100,000,
which would offer a pathway to U.S. citizenship for wealthy foreign nationals.
And that they're not replaceable by American workers. So it'll protect American workers, but ensure that companies have a pathway to hire truly extraordinary people and bring them to the United States.
The change is likely to have major implications for Indian professionals who make up a substantial share of H-1B visa holders, particularly in the technology and healthcare sectors. For decades, the visa has served as a key gateway for Indian engineers, doctors, and IT specialists seeking employment in the U.S. However, experts warn that prioritizing higher salaries could disadvantage younger professionals and recent graduates, even if they possess strong technical skills. In recent years, large corporations have dominated H-1B approvals. Data from the current cycle shows Amazon as the largest recipient, securing more than 10,000 visas, followed by Tata Consulting Services, Microsoft, Apple, and Google. California continues to host the highest concentration of H-1B workers nationwide. Supporters of the program argue that H-1B visas are essential for addressing labor shortages in specialized fields such as technology, healthcare, and education, and that they fuel innovation and economic growth. Critics, however, contend that companies often use the program to fill junior roles rather than genuinely specialized positions, sometimes classifying jobs at lower wage levels despite the worker's experience. They argue this practice undermines wage protections intended to safeguard U.S. workers. With the new weighted system, the future of the H-1B program appears set for a sharp recalibration. one that could reshape the profile of foreign professionals entering the American workforce and redefine the role of skilled immigration in the U.S. economy.
Without the help of Congress, to restrict H-1B visas, for example, because we believe it is wrong for companies to bypass American labor. More than 2.5 million illegal immigrants have left the United States, the first time in over 50 years that we have had negative net migration, and it's just the start. When you restore sanity at the border, it shows up everywhere else. Rent prices are dropping 4 months in a row, and more native-born Americans are working than ever before. Kamala Harris opened the border and destroyed the economy. The Trump administration gave you net negative migration and much more job creation. Real wages are finally growing. Inflation is half of what it was under Democrats. Gas prices are their lowest in years, and we have finally made it clear that in the United States, we believe in hard work and merit. Unlike the left, we stand against treating anybody, and I love what Nikki said about this. We don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex. So we have relegated DEI to the dustbin of history, which is exactly where it belongs. In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. And if you're an Asian, you don't have to talk around your skin color when you're applying for college, because we judge people based on who they are, not on ethnicity and things they can't control. We don't persecute you for being male, for being straight, for being gay, for being anything. The only thing that we demand is that you be a great American patriot, and if you're that, you are very much on our team. Just consider the contrast. Kamala Harris used the government to censor you. We're using, in the Trump administration, the government to protect your free speech, whether it's on college campuses or in the digital marketplace of ideas. Do you want faster deportations? So go to ice.gov/join, because we're building an army of patriots, and we need good people who care about the country to help us secure the border and do it even faster. Do you want rents to keep dropping and wages to keep rising as they have over the last few months? Then mobilize with us. Don't hand power back to the people who tanked the economy in the first place. Join the America First movement, and you will always have a place on our great team. Next month will be the official one-year anniversary of the Trump administration, and I am damn proud of our record so far. They win when our country loses. They get rich when you get poorer. They hire the illegals that they bring in to take your jobs. They drink fine wine in the countries they ship your jobs to. They censor you because they'd rather destroy the Constitution than risk losing an argument. They bring in millions of voters because they know they can't win the argument with the people who are already here. And you know what else unites them? We are going to kick their ass next November and every year after that. For many years, our fellow Americans have been dealing with a globalized economy that homogenized cultures and hollowed out our towns. Academics and activists pushing race and gender politics down everyone's throat 24/7. Big tech overlords using their internet platforms to censor stories that challenge the dominant far-left narrative in our country. More than any time I can recount, people are talking about American identity and figuring out what it is that unites us. But I want to say something here. The only thing that is truly served as an anchor of the United States of America is that we have been, and by the grace of God, we always will be, a Christian nation. Now, I want to be explicit because, of course, the fake news media will twist everything that I say. I'm not saying... Do you feel about them the same way I do? I'm not saying you have to be a Christian to be an American. I'm saying something simpler and truer. Christianity is America's creed. The shared moral language from the Revolution to the Civil War and beyond. Across that history, our country's major debates have always centered on how we could best as a people please God. That creed, it cannot just be about the protection of the unborn or the promotion of the family, as important as those things absolutely are. It must be at the heart of our full understanding of government. Why do we penalize corporations that ship American jobs overseas? Because we believe in the inherent dignity of human work and every person who works a good job in this country. Why have we worked, without the help of Congress, to restrict H-1B visas, for example? Because we believe it is wrong for companies to bypass American labor just to go for cheaper options in the third world. We help older Americans in retirement, including by ending taxes on Social Security, because we believe in honoring your father and mother rather than shipping all of their money off to Ukraine. We believe in taking care of the poor, which is why we have Medicaid, so that the least among us can afford their prescriptions or to take their kids to see a doctor. And it's why we are outraged at the injustice of Tim Walz allowing Somalian immigrants to defraud that program to the tune of billions of dollars. It ought to go to Americans, because that's who it's there for.